Hey y'all, and welcome to today's vlog where I really want input, I really want comments, I really want, yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna sit down and take a minute to talk about this. So I'm gonna tell y'all about a scenario, but I'm also going to basically see how everyone deals with this in their district because it can be different. So today has been a rough one. Yesterday went smooth sailing, was able to get a lot done. Today just went totally different. So the main student that I basically traveled into first grade for and with wasn't there yesterday because he was sick. Came in this morning and just, was still clearly like sick and on ibuprofen. So it's just like, you want the students to come to school to be successful, but it's really hard when you have a student who comes in, is still sick, not really feeling the best, could have stayed home another day, coughing as in like barking, and yeah. Anyways, needless to say, the scenario goes, came in, I went up front to get him, refused to move, refused to go, refused to get breakfast. Eventually we drifted within 10 minutes to go get the breakfast, to go, into the classroom. So it took us about 15 total minutes to get situated with all of the above. Things were great. I normally leave the classroom around 8:30 to go into another first grade classroom to do like small groups with writing. So right now they are finishing up their animal books, and then I went to another classroom where I do a small group with one student that I had from last year who is really low in fluency in data and stuff. And what ended up happening was I come back at 10 o'clock into my regular classroom, which is where the student from last year that I have, and he's eating grapes and chips. Okay. Needless to say, I made some copies, came back, he was gone, whatever. So we end up making like a recess plan. For his recess plan, it's like he has to pick out 4 choices. And on this recess plan, there's like options of like the swings, monkey bars, basketball, football, the shed, playing in the shed, playing gaga out on the field, or walking the track. With his cough, I was really concerned because I didn't want him to like be running the track and then possibly like catching pneumonia or getting even more sick or whatever, however that goes. So I took track off, and he was like, I still want to, run the track. And I'm like, oh, okay, just giving into it. Got out there, did 2 laps on the track, eventually ran off to do swings. And nobody was like willing, in first grade to give up the swings because they all claimed that they had just got there to that spot, which is fine. So I put on a timer on my watch, like, hey, I put on a 1-minute timer, and I'm like, so I, put on a timer, and I'm just like, all right, you gotta wait. Didn't feel like waiting on that timer. And what ended up happening was, just simply the fact that like he did not want to, he didn't want to wait. So we ended up just doing basketball. So because he didn't want to wait on the swings, he drifted off to doing basketball at the hoop, which was fine because we already had the ball and another student came and joined us. So we were playing. It was time to line up. When it's time to line up, first graders get called like first grade. That way everyone can hear. Lined up perfectly. He put the ball away. He got in line. His job is line leader this week. So he realized that, his job is line leader. He got in front, get inside, and he's like, I gotta use the bathroom. My, judgment of like having to deal with him now for 2 years, I was like, we'll do the bathroom outside of our classroom, which is right across from the cafeteria. Our classroom is across from the cafeteria too. It's literally right next door to a boys' bathroom. when we go in the bathroom, we tend to play, whatever, you know, kind of like to speed the story up. It got to the point where it just got to the point where he didn't want to wait in line because it took him forever to play in the bathroom. And he decided to, you know, get mad and angry and kick me and try and scratch me. So anyways, basically, you know, just being hit and kicked, all because I put him back, you know, like in the space that he needs to be in, and told him like, this is where we're at. Using my visuals, it just seems like it didn't help. I came to you all today because I wanted to see, what are you all doing for behavioral issues? Every place, of course, is going to be different. We all know that. But when does enough become enough to where, you know, like the safety of the staff, you know, like when the safety of the staff become, you know, a main source? When does, you know, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, every district, every school is going to be different, but I'm just saying that this is too much. I get it that kids need to be in school, and as teachers, we want them to be there. We want them to be successful. Comment down below if you are a teacher and have to, you know, deal with like the behavioral problems and how you guys are dealing with it. But also comment down below, like if you're a parent and you know, have had some like behavioral issues to where they, you know, have, how they've handled your child. I'm just really trying to figure this out, because as a parent who works in this school district and has a kid, you know, with ADHD who's been through the school district, things have been really different at every elementary school. And as a parent back in the day, you know, when my son was in pre-K, I was called every day by 10, 11 o'clock, come pick him up. He has to go. He did this, he did that. And then as time got on and went on and he got older, those calls kind of stopped due to the simple fact of like him being on, you know, like medication, having an IEP. And of course, you know, like this child that I've been dealing with, you know, for the past year and a half does not have an IEP quite yet. There, you know, like are a lot of things from last year that are in place this year still. There's a lot of things this year that didn't happen last year. And I really want some type of insight into how other districts are dealing with behaviors, because these behaviors are like, you know, sometimes becoming unsafe. They're becoming, you know, like, like way too much. And of course, you know, suspending a child every, like for every single one, you know, no, we want to try to keep the child as safe as possible. We want to try to keep the students as safe as possible. And of course, you should want to keep the staff as safe as possible. So I hope that this video kind of like helped for you all, to help me understand how it is in like different districts, different states, different schools, and of course in different countries and counties all over the world.